Welcome to the Business of Soil Health. I'm Patrick Smith, the founder of Soil Upside.
And I'm Sami Tellatin, the co-founder of FarmRaise.
Hey everybody, Patrick here. Welcome back. It's been a little while, but we're here with a new season of the Business of Soil Health. And I'm thrilled to be joined by a new co-host, Sami Tellatin. Welcome, Sami.
Thank you, Patrick. It's wonderful to be here. I'm so excited for this season of the Business of Soil Health.
It's amazing to have you along for the ride. I have so long admired your perspectives and your work and the way that you work. Can you tell us a little bit about your background in food and ag and finance?
Absolutely. I love the food and ag sector, and I started out as an undergrad working on farms across Missouri and Costa Rica. From there, I worked at the USDA SARE program and the University of Missouri Extension on soil health related research and outreach efforts. And then I started a company called FarmRaise, which focuses on helping farmers access financial programs like cost share, loans, grants, in order to grow their operations sustainably.
So between SARE and FarmRaise, you have a really unique perspective on funding and the financial realities for producers. Can you talk a little bit about where you see soil health and the economics of soil health fitting in?
Absolutely. There's a really cool economic story to tell. Soil health in the long run pays off for farmers, not always the same across the board for every producer, but in the long run, it does help increase on-farm resilience and reduce input costs, and that's really exciting. But there can be a lag in getting there, and that's where we need financial service providers to come in and help farmers fund the first few years of a transition to soil health. And so I've been really interested in that story, right? Like you have to make this initial investment. It's kind of like any R&D on the farm. Farmers are very cash poor, usually asset rich and cash poor. We have to fill the gap of those first few years of the transition. And then once they get fully transitioned to a system that works for their farm, they should start to see benefits in terms of reduced costs, improved profitability, and improved resilience, especially in the face of extreme weather events. So I've seen that in my work at SARE, and we saw that at FarmRaise. We were trying to solve that gap in financial access.
Amazing. And what we're working on here in the podcast is having a broader conversation about all of these topics. So I'm curious, how important do you see that broader conversation?
It's critical. It's so critical for many reasons. For attracting new voices, perspectives, and talent into agriculture. Finances are really important and exciting place for a lot of smart, talented individuals to work. It's a great way to bring folks into our sector and expand the work that's being done. The other piece of this is pairing real world stories of what's happening on the ground with soil health economics with data coming out of leading institutions and companies that are experimenting with new models of soil health and financing and incentivizing it. So I'm really excited to have a breadth of folks on the podcast with you this season so we can get all of those perspectives and really try to strengthen the connectivity of the network in soil health so that everyone has a shared understanding of what's going on and how they can play.
I can't wait to bring your perspective and your questions to the guests that we're going to have on this season too. So thank you very much for joining us. So let's check in with where we're at in terms of season 1 and season 2. Season 1, we really started to explore the financial side of soil health from different perspectives. We had 6 episodes, funders, farmers, project developers, input providers, agronomists. We got a whole wide range of perspectives. What we found was that those conversations matter. I was super curious and interested in this topic, and I was really gratified to hear that other people were similarly interested in having meaningful, deep conversations about these. Now, you might have noticed that we didn't quite plan the end of season 1. I had to deal with an unexpected health issue that took me offline for a little bit, but I'm feeling great, and I'm really excited about what's ahead of us for season 2 with the same spirit of curiosity and rigor with a little bit more structure, I think. So do you want to tell us a little bit about what we've been talking about for season 2?
Absolutely. As you know, many macro changes are afoot in agriculture and in the world these days. We're seeing changes in public financing, trade policy, and tariffs, interest rates, and potential labor disruptions. So in season 2, we really want to track in real time how the economics of soil health are evolving with these macro trends.
Yeah, there's some massive things that are changing in real time. And we want to be hosting discussions with folks across the value chain. In particular, we want to use a framework that we've developed at Soil Upside called the 12 financial levers of soil health. Everything from public financing to on-farm profitability to lending to commodity premiums. There's a whole host of things included in that. And we want to talk to people and get their perspectives about all of that this season.
We're really excited to kick things off with one of the levers, lending, by featuring Zach Ducheneaux, the former FSA Administrator and now founder of a new venture called the Fifth C. But we're not going to give you any spoilers. You'll have to wait for the first episode to find out more about the Fifth C. In our chat, Zach dropped some incredible insight on the ag finance system, so stay tuned.
If you've been with us since season 1, thank you. If you're just finding us, welcome. Hit subscribe, and we hope you'll come along for the ride. Thanks, Sami.
Thank you, Patrick.
Thanks for listening to this episode of The Business of Soil Health. Our goal is to explore how new financial tools may or may not support producers' stewardship of their soil. We love hearing from listeners, so don't hesitate to reach out with any suggestions or guests you'd like for us to feature. And don't forget to subscribe or leave a review on your favorite podcast platform.